Hello, everybody. It's Boxing Bros UK. I'm his Chris. This is my co-host, Andrew, the Boxing Brain. Today's
Hello.
topic is our post-fight review of Chamberlain versus Padley. This was first fight on the card. Chamberlain is one of, like Turkey Al-Sheikh, he has his little babies, his little favourites. Like, he loves Deontay Wilder. He likes Chamberlain. He loves Fury. You know, like he has his favourite fighters that he's fans of and he's friends with. You know, that they come around his house for tea and that. So,
talking of tea,
on to the fight. Your thoughts?
well,
Andrew?
nice. I always love it when the night starts off and we get it wrong straight away. Brilliant. It was always a difficult one to call. Like Mark Chamberlain, we knew a lot more about. We knew he could punch. Knew he was big for the weight. You didn't like what how he looked in the weigh-in. Yeah, I'm sure when we get to when you come back, I'm sure you might mention that.
Oh yes,
but he's won an area title, so it was certainly no mug. And and I know he even alluded to himself that people were underestimating left, right, and centre because people just hadn't seen enough of him. And this was, he handled the occasion well. That sort of double uppercut left hook, I think it was, that he dropped Mark Chamberlain with was terrific. And what was it? I think 95, 93, and then two judges had it 96, 92, which, is probably about right. I think 96, 92 is probably about right. Bostic, considering he was the much smaller man, Chris, as well. He was aggressive when he needed to be. I thought he was terrific, Chris, wasn't he?
I think, for me, the first thing I noticed when he come out, his footwork was on point. His footwork was, his footwork was really, really good. He had such good feet of it's how can I explain it? It's a bit I'm not saying he's a Lomachenko, but like that style of Lomachenko and Usyk, how they take little steps, subtle steps to the side, subtle steps backwards, and they're small. You think they're out of range, but they're in range. You think they're in range, you throw a jab, they're not there. Like his footwork was amazing, and his defense was very good. Like he was parrying, he was staying on the outside, but not only was he, but he was staying just enough where he was parrying punches, countering. Just Padley, Josh Padley, what an amazing performance! And he doesn't. This isn't his weight. He moved up in weight to take this fight. He's better. He fights at the weight below. And I'd just like to say, like Chamberlain. I know it's easy to say it now, but I did text you, didn't I? I said at the weigh-in, I said Chamberlain looks like a rake. He looked ill at the weigh-in. He didn't look good. And on fight day, he didn't rehydrate loads. He still looked a bit on the skinny side to me. And Padley at the weigh-in, he was bigger, but he didn't rehydrate. I thought he would have rehydrated more. He didn't look that healthy to me, even on fight night. And Padley at the weigh-in, you could tell he looked absolutely comfortable. You could tell that his body had a little bit of, it's not good to be muscle bound. It's good to be, he was a little bit fleshy, but solid. And he just looked really, really comfortable at the weight. When I looked at his body and he looked at Chamberlain, he was like sucked in, like drawn like a crackhead. Like he looked like really, really, really skinny. It looked like his head was too big for his body. His cheeks were sucked in. He looked like a walking corpse. And at that moment, I put a bet on. I can put my bet slip on here for £2. I put £2 on Padley, and I won 16 quid because I thought he's going to win this. He's going to win this. Yeah, this guy don't look right to me. And he on fight night, he still didn't look right. He still looked like weight drains. That's all I can describe it. It looked weight drained, and he didn't.
I wish I put more money on. This isn't a Dubois AJ video, but I wish I'd put more on Dubois because I got 15 quid. I only put a couple of quid on. I wish I'd put about 50 quid, but I'd never been that confident to do it. So
No, it's always the way. But and I just think that Chamberlain, he didn't. He wasn't prepared. I think he overestimated Padley because he didn't have a plan B. He was just like trying. He was trying to find him, and that Padley was so good at parrying punches and countering and moving, he couldn't touch him. he could not land on him, and then I think he hurt him, or he got to him a few rounds, and then boom, he knocked him down. He started to get overexcited, got a bit greedy, and got knocked down. And that was just really it. I think Josh Padley even the rounds he was losing, he was controlling the fight. Even though he wasn't winning, he was the one who was controlling the pace, controlling the distance. And he never stood still. Sorry, he never stood He's never stood still for 1 second, not once. He was always moving his head, moving his arm, moving his feet, moving his body, and it was just a brilliant masterclass for him. Well done. I'm very happy for him. Good luck.
Well, he's put himself on the map, hasn't he? He's definitely put because I know he's I think, don't quote me on this, I think he's an electrician, so he would have been back to work this morning. But I think now, and because
I guarantee he wasn't going to work today.
Yeah, probably not. But this fight would have gone under the radar a bit. Obviously, first on the bill. Even a lot of the people tuning in. I mean, we're hardcore, so we're there at 5 to 4 with it all set up, ready to go. But a lot of people might have missed it because they might have known a little bit about Chamberlain and not about Padley yet. But I'll tell you what. Hopefully that does the rounds on YouTube a little bit, on the DAZN and TNT highlights and the rest of it, because hopefully he'll be in with a few big fights now and some good paydays, and he can give up his day job and throw himself completely into boxing, and he'll progress even more because Mark Chamberlain was meant to be this kind of, him and Sam Noakes are meant to be these kind of big hit in the next big thing. And Mark Chamberlain was a flat performance, was not great. Like you say, kind of his two plans seem to be plan A and do plan A better. So, so there we are. Story of the night. That was.
But the thing is, he didn't need to go looking for Josh. He had the longer arms. He didn't need he just and then when he was going after him, it was just like, no, this is not good, mate. What's next for Chamberlain?
Oh God. Who do you think, Chris? What have you got anyone to mind? Do you think off the top of your head?
In fact, the only fight for Chamberlain is he needs to rematch Padley. That's the only fight for him.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, try and right that wrong.
Try and right that wrong, because obviously. But the only thing is, he wants to offer him at a higher weight. Either fight Chamberlain and a rematch, fight Padley in a rematch, or move up in weight and start a new campaign and a rebuild at a higher weight. Have a few knockover jobs.
Who would you put Padley in with next? Do you think?
I don't know. I think it deserves like a nice payday, or it could be. Well, what's the weight below? What's the weight class below?
Yeah, because he only moved up to. He moved up in weight with this one, didn't he?
I think they were fighting at super feather. He likes to fight at featherweight, but there's loads. I think what he should do, he should have a fight on a couple more undercards. I don't think they should because he's a really good talent. I don't think that he should have to be fighting hard fights every time. Like, trying to invest in this kid and build him and give him a career. I think but maybe fight because he had an area title. Maybe fight for an English title.
He won an area title.
Yeah. So if he fights for an English title at his weight class, the weight class below it, unless he likes it, where at super featherweight, I think that's what I don't know. Can't think of any names at the moment, but I definitely fight for an English title, fight for a Commonwealth title, have a career because you've got talent. That's what I think anyway. Like, build yourself up for a world title Obviously, it's early days, but I just think his boxing brain and IQ and his reflexes and his movement was so good, and maybe he might have a bit more power a lower weight
Yeah,
class. He,
yeah,
he got that knockdown through skills pay the bills because it was like a counter shot and he just caught him coming in when you don't see. But normally, like he won't have destructive power, but he's got them skills, and I think maybe a little bit lower he'll have more power and he can do well. But English title for him next, I'd say, if someone will invest in him and give him a chance, which they should do.
why not? Why not? Yeah. So onwards and upwards for Josh Padley then.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it from us, Boxing Bros
Yeah.
UK. Like and subscribe, and if you've never seen this fight, check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah. Good fight.